curling fans, and welcome to continuing coverage of the SGI Canada Best of the West. Whether you're tuning in on Curling Canada or Curling Zone's YouTube pages, we welcome you to this ladies semi-final. Team BC 2, Kayla McMillan against Team Manitoba 2, Beth Peterson. Should be a good one. It's all BC and all Manitoba here on the ladies' side of the draw. The other game features Corinne Brown versus Mackenzie Zacharias. So should be two great games, but of course this is the feature game we have for you tonight. It is the BC Scotties silver medalists, Kayla McMillan, up against Beth Peterson. John Cullen with you here on the call, and looks like we're going to have a fairly clean first end here as Melissa Kurz puts her first rock in the house and Sarah Loken chases after it. So that'll give us a great chance to meet the teams. Team Beth Peterson, Manitoba 2 here at this Best of the West tournament. They are representing the Assiniboine Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The skip, of course, is Beth Peterson. The third is Laura Burtnick. The second is Kat Dirksen, and the lead is Melissa Kurz. Laura Burtnick, not a usual member of this team. She's filling in for Jenna Loader, the normal third on this Beth Peterson team. Laura Burtnick played this past season with Darcy Robertson and has been admirably filling in for this Team Peterson rinks. It's Jenna Loader is over that golden line of 30 years of age. This is an under 30 tournament, so had to rely on a favor from Laura here for this tournament, and she's been playing great. And over on the BC side of things, Team Kayla McMillan representing the Vancouver Curling Club. Skip is, of course, Kayla McMillan. Third, Lindsay Dubé. Second, Kalia McKenzie. And lead, Sarah Loken. And a similar situation on this BC team as Jody Maskowicz was the third for this team throughout the season. And Kalia McKenzie called in to fill in for her as Jody also over that 30-year barrier. The McMillan team actually announcing that Jody's going to be moving on from the team. They're going to have a new look lineup this fall. They haven't yet revealed who their fourth team member is going to be, but we do know that Sarah, Lindsay, and Kayla will be playing together next season. And why wouldn't they, after they had a fantastic run through the BC Scotties, went undefeated on the way to the finals, and then lost the finals to Marianne Arsenault in a very well-fought game. Of course, they had beat Marianne Arsenault twice earlier in the BC Scotties, so some might argue they were a little bit hard done by, but in any case, played very well throughout that tournament. And you may recognize Kalia's name, but you might not recognize her last name. She is one of the Van Osh sisters. They made the Scotties all together in 2018 with Kalia as the third for her sister Marika Van Osh.
So, 10-3.
They made the championship pool at that Scotties, did the Van Osh sisters. The third Van Osh sister is Kessa. Sorry, Kessa was the skip. Marika being the third Van Osh sister, playing second on that team. The lead on that team was Amy Gibson. And Kalia McKenzie had a great junior career as well. She made the 2012 and 2014 Canadian Juniors, losing the semifinal to Jocelyn Peterman in 2012 and then the final to Kelsey Rock in 2014. So a great resume, and nice to see her back. She didn't really participate in the ladies' ranks in BC over the last couple of years, so nice to see Kalia back and out here playing at the Best of the West. As the teams here continue to exchange hits. We saw this earlier today in the game between Mackenzie Zacharias and Marla Shearer as well. The two teams just, you know, wanting to get a little bit familiar with this TV sheet. This is actually Kayla McMillan's first time on this sheet, so they especially would maybe want to see what it's doing. I've heard from some of the curlers that this sheet a little bit different, has a little bit different properties from the from the other sheets in the building, as obviously we have the sheet side lounge out on the ice. We can see Team McCready out there supporting their BC brethren, and a few others starting to make their way down there to ice level. And then we also have the giant TV screen right beside the sheet, and our lovely camera operators right beside as well. So Sometimes that sort of lack of heat maybe right beside them, but then the people, the bodies right beside them in the ice side lounge on either side can cause the sheet to have slightly different properties, but it's been a great sheet all week long here at the Nutana Curling Club. And I'm sure we'll see that again tonight. So we get a good look at Lindsay Dubé. Makes her home in Ottawa, was the import rather for the BC team this year. Found a nice fit with Kayla, who she used to play with back in juniors. That's how they know each other. And Lindsay Dubé making the Canadian juniors 3 different times. She represented Ontario twice in 2017 and 2018, and then Northern Ontario in 2020. And she actually lost the final in 2017, playing second for Haley Armstrong. So Lindsay Dubé, no stranger to elite level competition. And Kayla McMillan and Sarah Loken also with a Canadian junior final in their past. Actually, all 4 of these girls having lost the Canadian junior final at some point. Kayla McMillan and Sarah Loken, of course, playing with Sarah Daniels in 2019, and they lost that junior final to Selena Sturmey. So lots of pedigree on both sides of the sheet here. And that's why they're both in the playoffs and why this will be a fantastic game. For Beth Peterson, the success maybe not so much at the junior level. Beth did make the Manitoba Juniors in 2015, but missed the playoffs there. And Melissa Kurz made the Canadian Juniors twice as well, but also never made the playoffs. Lost the tiebreaker with Abby Ackland, and then did indeed play with Beth Peterson that year that they missed the playoffs. But they had a great run at the Bubble Scotties in 2021. They managed to sneak into the field as wild card 3, the last team in the field, and had a great showing, finishing 7-5, just barely missing the playoffs by 1 win. As we get our first look at Beth Peterson here, just priming for an open hit. So no mistakes made from either team here in this blank end attempt. It's been all hit and sticks, so 2 teams looking pretty solid here so far.
It's not bad after that spot either. No. They're definitely my last game. Yeah, it's crashing right now. Nothing's like backwards.
So we'll get our first look at Kayla McMillan here. McMillan won her first 2 games at this event. She beat Marla Shearer 5-4 in her first game. And then actually were upset winners over Mackenzie Zacharias, beating them 5-3 yesterday before succumbing to Courtney Fesser this morning 12-4. But that result maybe has a little bit of an asterisk because McMillan already knew that she had locked up the top place in the pool.
Picked that I thought really slow.
So that's how they got here. And for Beth Peterson, it was a loss on this TV sheet last night. A bit of an unfortunate loss. Really, they were up 2 against Corinne Brown, playing the 8th end, and gave up 3. So Corinne Brown won that 6-5, but they were able to beat Lorraine Schneider 8-4, and they beat Kayla Skurlik this morning 8-7 to find their way into this semifinal. Of course, the winner here will move on to tomorrow's final to play for the $10,000 top prize. So lots at stake here for these 2 teams as Beth Peterson has a little laugh here. She's just going to try to maybe draw towards that McMillan stone in the back 12, give her a little something to think about when she goes to throw her blank.
I thought you're there. I thought you're holding. No, no, no. Curling now. Melissa's rock always. Yeah, it's not moving at all. You're nowhere near it. It's okay.
Just clean tea. Clean tea.
So it doesn't quite curl as much as they maybe thought it was going to, and so should be a pretty straightforward blank here for McMillan.
Oh, it's not bad actually. Force it to play the other way maybe.
Kayla McMillan played that game against Courtney Fesser this morning and then wrote a neurological science final. She's a human kinetics student at the University of British Columbia.
Good chunk of it.
So spent all afternoon writing a final exam, and now she's back here out on the ice tonight. So how's that for multitasking? And I'm sitting here complaining about how I have to sit in one spot and talk about curling. Certainly being a commentator is nothing like neurological science. So final stone here for Kayla McMillan, looking for the blank. This needs to curl. And it will not, so it sails right by, and Beth Peterson's draw didn't curl enough, and neither did that shot from Kayla McMillan, so a little sneaky steal for Beth Peterson. She'll take a 1-0 lead into the second. McMillan will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the SGI Canada Best of the West. Goodness, another look at my favorite curling ad of all time, C-Can. What a spectacle. I love it every time. I've talked about it on the broadcast all weekend, but truly every single time I see that ad, I pick out something new I like the best. Just fantastic stuff. So a little unforced error from Kayla McMillan at the end of the first there. Had a very straightforward shot for the blank, one that skips face all the time and just unfortunately flashed right by the Peterson stone. And so it's Beth Peterson with maybe a unexpected lead to start this one here.
Finish of anything. Yep. A little bit.
Also got to give a shout out to my crew here at IKS. I noticed they abbreviated Peterson PTN, and that is most certainly to prevent me from making jokes if it were pet. And I know that that's exactly why they did it. And I respect them for it. They've been working with me long enough to know that I can't be trusted if the abbreviation on the scoreboard is pet.
Laura's rock. Almost in. Laura's rock. It's got to sit for line.
Go on him.
Okay.
Go on him.
Sit down.
Sit.
Good, Melissa. Good pair.
So nice shot there from Melissa Kurz. So Sarah Loken trying to draw around this corner guard.
Keep it moving. Line's really good. Yep, hard.
She will get by. Can they get it in the house? They do. Great sweep from Dubé and McKenzie.
Wait, okay. 15 and a half.
So it's still Peterson sitting one without hammer, but nice pair of rocks there from Sarah Loken to get them set up here in this second end.
Line's a little tight. A little down. Where are we? Hard line's great. Line's great, all you. Line's good. Line's good, Melissa, bit. Good, line's good. Good shot. Good judge.
And nice shot there from Kat Dirksen.
We got there.
So Kalia McKenzie going to be asked to run this center guard back. Try and clip at least one of the reds in the house and maybe even roll the yellow onto the rings or into a guarding position. And very nice from Kalia McKenzie. Gets the rocks off the middle and lines up those corner guards nice.
9-4. Remember guards?
You can rip. This is coming in.
I don't love that. Remember guard?
That's fine.
Same weight, Kat. Yep.
A little more. Little tight. Here, more weight. Hard line. Hard early. Hard line. 3. Hard line.
So Kat Dirksen playing a little hybrid guard draw here based on the line.
Hard. You got to tip off. Hard. Okay, Kat.
And I don't think that'll fully do the job. I think Kalia McKenzie should be able to see, when we get a look at it there, she could probably see over half of that from the hack. So slight mistake there from Kat Dirksen. Might open the door for BC here. And speaking of BC, we'll do our best to keep you updated on all the scores around you. And it's Tyler Tardy in the men's semifinal out to an early 3-0 lead over Colton Lott. So that's a battle of BC 1 and Manitoba 1 on the men's side, and big score in the first end for Tardy. Got to get this one by the corner. And another great sweep from Lindsay Dubé. That's 2 in this end alone. Just getting by that corner guard. Good shot from McKenzie, but she probably would have preferred to roll a little further away from that guard situation. This will give Laura Burtnick the opportunity to maybe even get under it, depending on the weight she's throwing here. So some nice sweeping here on both sides of the rink as Melissa Kerr is with an excellent sweep there to hold that one. Or sorry, rather to bring that one over. Unfortunately for Laura Burtnick, that's rolled into a position where Lindsay Dubé will be able to make a double and lie 2. Dubé will make no mistake. So BC lying 2 here. Very nice shot from Lindsay Dubé. Just a nice normal weight double.
Shot. They're going anyways. Yeah.
So Laura Burtnick will try a hit and roll here.
Clean, yes! Clean, yep, yes! Whoa! Whoa! No. Oh, yeah, go with it.
Do not want this to roll out.
Okay.
And it will. So opportunity here for Kayla McMillan to put another one behind these guards. And all of a sudden, maybe 3 is in play here for Team BC. So a little heavy from Dubé. That'll slip into the back 12, but still Team BC lying 2. Dubé, of course, would love to have that one a little bit higher, as this will potentially allow Beth Peterson to get out of this end.
Right to the back one. 14-3. Okay.
So first stone here for Beth Peterson in the second, and it's a pretty big one. She doesn't get this in the right spot. She's maybe facing down a 3, so key shot here. Sweepers think this one might be a little heavy.
Back 12, right to the back. Wait only. Melissa, can you go? Hard. Hard, girl. Hard. Desolate. Hard. Go.
Nice shot from Beth Peterson. And she's got the shot stone here in the second.
Came over there. Okay. Run. Okay.
The top button. Same, I think. Yeah, I think the same thing there. 2, it's okay. 1's okay. Yeah, it's better to stay above 2 though.
So Kayla McMillan with her first here in the second, just looking to follow Beth Peterson down.
Line's good. Okay, curling now. 8.
Well done.
Sarah.
Not if you're heavy.
Okay.
This one needs to come down. And it will just rub off, so another chance here for Beth Peterson to apply some pressure to the BC skip.
I don't want to just roll here and give her a double.
I know, yeah, like can you get this? Or no?
You can.
Nose suck.
Edge on edge.
My nose actually isn't terrible. Like she can't stick that for free.
Close. Like I'm going to be a full rock higher.
I don't hate the trees. You like them. Have back.
You think I can get back line and inside? Can I throw back line and get inside? pets. No pets. So I see there was like back 8. Yeah. That? I like that. A few
So
feet
Beth
more.
Peterson just wondering if the freeze is a better shot or to kind of hit and roll inside here. Not really a
Just a couple
great
feet more.
stealing situation for Peterson. McMillan's going to have a draw for one no matter what she does here, but I don't mind the call of the hit and roll.
No.
Just get
sorry.
that yellow one out of play. Never give yourself a chance to potentially give up 2 here. If you try to throw the freeze, you come up light. Even if you come heavy, tap it back a bit, you might give Kayla McMillan a shot for 2. But you take this out, you make that roll, and it's a force all day. So love this call for Beth Peterson. We'll see if she makes it here.
Whoa! Yeah! Yes! Yeah! Hard! Yeah!
Got to get by the top.
Hard!
And they will. Very nice sweep from Kurz and Dirksen. And Kayla McMillan will need to draw the
Good match,
button
guys.
for her single.
A little tight. Good call. Little.
Same line. A couple feet less.
So final stone here for Kayla McMillan in the second end. Facing 2 Manitoba counters. Needs to find a piece of the button to score.
Line tight.
We 4 foot.
Yeah. Line
Line's
tight.
fine, all you.
In front of backing right now. We're on the red now. The red.
And McMillan making no mistake. So 1 on the board for Team BC2. That'll tie the game at 1. We'll get our first look at Manitoba with the hammer when we come back. You're watching the SGI Canada Best of the West.
Our roots might be simple, but our methods are far from it. Canadian dairy farmers proudly meet some of the most stringent standards in the world, including the 42 food safety requirements set by our national quality program. We do it by working hard and by ensuring that every cow is monitored every day so that we can bring you high quality milk. High Canadian standards. That's dairy farming forward.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back. John Cullen with you, as I have been all weekend. We're live from the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan for this women's semifinal.
Hard. Keep going.
Kayla McMillan against Beth Peterson, and it was a well-played end from both teams. Kayla McMillan looking for a minute like she might be able to manufacture a 2, but a draw slipped a little deep from Lindsay Dubé, and Beth Peterson was able to get the force. So we'll get our first look at the Peterson team with the hammer here and see what they can do with it.
Curling now. Curling early. No, still room. Still room. Let's go. Room. Gotta curl. Full 8. Full 8. School cat. School cat. School cat. Go, 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 go. You okay? I was like, why is she looking backwards? Get through.
So Sarah Loken just looking to freeze on top of this Melissa Kerr's stone.
Hard. Keep going. Okay, I don't like that. Yeah. It's good. 15-4.
Sounded like McMillan communicating to the front end that maybe they don't like that stone of Sarah Loken's, that they were a little surprised at how much it curled there at the end. So we'll keep an eye on that. It is Peterson sitting shot here, so happy to draw the wing.
T-line. So we're a little tight. Really running.
Over in the other Manitoba BC ladies semifinal, Mackenzie Zacharias had a double chance for 4 and just floated it a little bit wide, so ended up being a steal of 1 for Corinne Brown. So pretty big swing of events there. Corinne Brown leading 1-0. Mackenzie Zacharias with the hammer. They're playing the third end.
Stay clean. Pull. Clean. Yep. Hard.
Okay, good. 10-4.
And good shot from Kalia McKenzie. Beth Peterson rink has had a bit of an up and down 21-22 season. They've already announced they're sticking together for next season, so looking to improve on perhaps this year. They were at the pre-trials, only managed to win 1 game there, and then at the Manitoba Scotties they went 2-3 to
Hard, Laura.
went 2-3 to miss the playoffs there.
11-6.
But they've also had some nice results on tour. They made the quarterfinals in Morris and the semifinals in Assiniboine, and they lost the finals of the Mother Club Classic at the Granite Club in Winnipeg to Mackenzie Zacharias. So they've had some nice results this year, maybe some ones that they maybe wish were a bit different, but they've looked very good here at the Best of the West. As I said earlier, they were really kind of tough luck losers to Corinne Brown, in control of most of that game, and have won their other 2 games and looking good so far here. Kalia McKenzie just trying to get inside here. And that is a sweeping error there, as that was a made shot, but just overswept a little bit and they don't get the roll they want. In doubles action, we've got the women's and men's finals here. The winners of each of the women's and men's final will have a little cross-sex battle tomorrow, as the ladies winner will play the men's winner. And right now in the ladies final, it is Team Alberta, Kelsey Rock and Danielle Schmeeman up 2-0 on Team BC. And for the men, it's Team Alberta up 3-0 over Team Saskatchewan, Hamilton and Van Amsterdam.
Better time? Yeah. 10-8.
Like 11 or 10? 11.
10. 11. Okay. 11.
So another opportunity here for Team McMillan to try and get behind this cluster of rocks in the front of the house. We'll see if Lindsay Dubé can make it happen.
Clean, close. Yep. Hard. Really hard. Hard to stick.
Do not want to roll out here, but unfortunately they will. So opportunity knocking here now for Beth Peterson, already sitting 1. So electing to draw the wing again. Maybe maybe a little surprised they're not coming around, although I guess they might potentially be worried about that yellow raise.
Leave it a little. Line's a little tight. Tee or better. Running. Tee or better. Whoa. Holding. Make sure you're tee or better. Right here. Tee. You gotta be in the 8 foot.
And that will go just a bit too far, so doesn't count second shot.
Second. I'll have a double. Like that?
So just deciding what they want to do here. Pretty much two options. You can either hit that red one and try to roll and lie two, or you can draw around everything.
Or do you want to just come here?
I think for me, I'd be drawing.
Yeah, I think if we tap it, we're giving them a double, but we could tap it and have
Yeah,
love that either. Yeah.
we're just giving them two.
Yeah, we can't tap it. You know, we can tap that.
Pardon? That's my first thought.
Don't worry about
11?
yeah.
Same way you just threw.
So it looks like they have elected to play the hit. This is a little fearful for me because if you click the guard, then you're giving up 3 potentially. So it's not an easy shot. You can see from the angle there, you can maybe see about half of that red stone, so not super easy to get to.
Yeah.
And then you also have to roll and make sure your second shot, and even if you are, you might give up a double. So not an easy shot here for Lindsay Dubé, but certainly if she makes it, lying 2 without hammer, not a bad situation to be in.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Gotta get around this center guard.
Hard.
And another great sweep, this time by Kalia McKenzie.
Great sweep.
I did not think that was good.
And they will get the desired result. Very nice shot from Lindsay Dubé. Getting quite a big roll too, so Team BC lying 2. This BC team did also beat Beth Peterson back in the fall, playing them in the DeKalb Superspiel in Morris at the start of December. And that was actually the start of this great run for Team McMillan. They started the year a little slow. They lost, or rather missed the playoffs. And this Laura Burtnick just can't quite make the roll there, but this McMillan team missing the playoffs in their first 3 events of the year in Kelowna, Sherwood Park, and Red Deer. And then came out of nowhere in Morris to make the final. They beat Chelsea Carey twice. They beat this Beth Peterson team. They beat Swiss team Irene Shorey, very talented team, and Laura Burtnick's Darcy Robertson team en route to losing that final. So it was a great result for them in Morris, and then they followed that up with the BC Scotties where they won the silver medal. So that's actually got them ranked 55 in the world. They're only 12 spots below Peterson, who's ranked 43. So these two teams may be ranked a little closer than you would think. And that's mostly due to the fact that Beth Peterson was ranked as high as 12 when she was the wildcard 3 team at last year's Scotties. So these are 2 very evenly matched teams, and we're seeing it so far. Tied 1-1, and Kayla McMillan would love to get a little roll behind the guard here. they will just get the nose.
Yeah, we were like on nose.
So it's still BC lying
like,
2.
Went off nose and then came back.
Yeah, it's like 9.5. As long as you don't stick it, like you're probably to roll.
You probably throw a 10, but
Okay. Yeah,
you
I'm
like
fine
that.
with Yeah. It's probably like when you make the roll. I think it's going out. Like
Right, yeah.
I don't think it's nutting it.
exactly.
So we'll see if Beth Peterson can make this roll here.
But, I mean, it's not shot. Not really doing a whole lot. Should finish at the end, hey?
So Beth Peterson facing 2 BC counters, trying to get a roll in here.
Just roll away. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Sit down. Not bad.
And she will roll away to the outside. So I think for Kayla McMillan, you just want to make sure your second shot here. That's the priority. Force Peterson into either a hit and roll or a draw. In another Manitoba BC game out here, Colton Lott getting 2 back against Tyler Tardy. So Tardy leading 3-2 with the hammer. They're playing the third.
Yeah, same weight. We've seen this a few times. Yeah, I think so. Since you're right up to it, so it's fine. Same weight.
So final stone here for Kayla McMillan in the third end. Needs this to be second shot when it comes to rest. If she can make the roll even better. This is really breaking. Will it slow down in time to stay behind the guard? It will just peek out the other side. Really good shot from Kayla McMillan. But I think it's buried enough that Beth Peterson is just going to be forced to draw here. So well played end for Team BC, able to stay in control for most of it. And Beth Peterson now will need full 4-foot to secure her one.
Full 4. Yeah, right on tee. Mine will get there.
So final stone, Beth Peterson needs to find the 4-foot.
I think you're there. Easy, Cat, if you can. Full 4. Running. Take a look. Need full 4. Line's good. 14-8.
Looks pretty close.
Sit.
Just needs to put on the brakes, and it will. So a nice draw from Kayla McMillan in 2, followed up with a nice draw by Beth Peterson in 3. Peterson will take a 2-1 lead, but Kayla McMillan will have the hammer once again when we come back. You're watching the SGI Canada Best of the West.
Be simple, but our methods are far from it. Canadian dairy farmers proudly meet some of the most stringent standards in the world, including the 42 food safety requirements set by our national quality program. We do it by working hard and by ensuring that every cow is monitored every day so that we can bring you high quality milk. High Canadian standards. That's dairy farming forward.
Welcome back, curling fans. End number 4 of this women's semifinal between Beth Peterson of Manitoba and Kayla McMillan of British Columbia. And it's been a tightly contested affair so far, the only real advantage being Beth Peterson stealing that one in the first.
Still pretty good.
The two teams exchanging ones on the back of 2 nice draws from their skips. McMillan needing a piece of the button and Beth Peterson needing the full forefoot, and both were up to the task. So that's where we sit right now, 2-1. And we'll see if Team BC can get the first 2 of the game on the board here in the 4th.
Here, bro. Mine's good.
We're tight.
Mine's good.
In the other women's semifinal, Mackenzie Zacharias against Corinne Brown. Mackenzie Zacharias scoring a 2 in the 3rd end, so Zacharias now leading that one 2-1. Corinne Brown will have the hammer for the first time in the 4th end.
Line's good. 2.5. 3. Line's good. Tight. Right here. Line's good. Line's good. Good.
And another nice set of stones from Melissa Kurz, who's had a great game so far. I was told by Kyle Kurz and Robbie Gordon from Braden Calvert's team that I was allowed to refer to Melissa as Melissa Gordon for this game, reverting back to her maiden name because
Stop 8.
Kyle has really embarrassed the last name with his performance in the tiebreaker. Now, I don't think it was that bad. I'm just reporting the news that the teams gave to me. But we'll stick with Kurz. If it's good enough for the back of the jacket, it's good enough for me. That's what I always say.
Good, right here. Keep going. Pull it. Go. One more. Good,
And a nice shot there from Sarah Loken. So 4 nice shots, and we'll see
Where's shot? Oh.
what Beth decides to do.
You ever like the out? Just. I like in the ring. Yeah. Okay. Or a high one. I'm fine either way. Yep.
So Kat Dirksen will look to come around everything here.
Tight, hard early. Hard line. Okay, yeah, line. Hard line. You gotta stay down. Hard, you gotta go. Hard, Laura. Hard.
This is getting awfully close to that red in the 12 foot, and I do believe it's going to click off of it. And so that is not a great result for Dirksen. A chance here for BC to maybe get rid of both of these reds.
That's twice I've done that, and I thought you did them similar both times. Yeah. Like your second rock of the curled more every time. Sure. When you're two. Yeah. I thought you were close. It just seems to finish harder almost. Just watch it.
So Kalia McKenzie will look for the double. She made a nice one down this way back in the 2nd end. We'll see if she can make another one here.
Okay, close then. Close. Whoa. Sarah. Right to it. Okay, that's good.
Won't get the double, but rolls right on top of that Peterson stone. So very nice result there for McKenzie.
Did you make that double? Yeah, you're just playing to miss it, really. Is it? Okay. I mean, it's there, but it's like a redirect. I like it.
You kind of like it too? That's you.
Okay. What turn do you see?
A good chunk of it, like
So they're just debating here whether or not they want to maybe try and run the guard in to get rid of one or two of these yellows, or just to try this
To miss it wide. If you tick that, it's
very thin double.
Pia?
So just trying to come down and just skinny that red on, skinny the yellow on top of the red and try to miss the red completely and then roll over and get the yellow out of there as well. But not an easy shot. Very precise double here for Kat Dirksen.
Oh. No.
And
Clean. Oh. Yep.
this is all over the guard at the top. Okay. That's actually not a terrible result for the Peterson team. She did say that that was the other option, was to be a little bit wide. So we can see here almost kind of made the shot they wanted to. Had the right angle on the two yellows, just obviously not enough steam when she hit both those guards. But a chance here for Team BC to lie 3 when the dust settles on this one. And no mistake made by Kalia McKenzie, so it is Team BC lying 3 with the hammer early in the 4th. One men's game I haven't updated you on yet is the men's semifinal between Rylan Kleider from Saskatchewan and Karsten Sturmey from Alberta. That was because Kleider got 1 in the first and then they blanked the second, so I didn't think like 1-0 was that intense of a score to update you on, but we now have another score. Rylan Kleider was able to get one back, or sorry, Karsten Sturmey rather, was able to get one back in the third, so they're tied 1-1. Kleider has the hammer playing 4. And right beside them, Tyler Tardy just missing his last one, giving a steal to Colton Lott. So that game is now 3-3. Tyler Tardy started out 3-0, and Colton Lott's fought back to tie it. Tardy does have the hammer, though. They're playing 4. So Laura Burtnick looking for the triple here. And won't even get the double, so just an over curl there from Burtnick. And it continues to be BC lying 2 with the hammer. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Not great, Bob. Just getting a little wide there as Lindsay Dubé was trying to hit that top one, ends up taking out their own. And instead of BC lying 3, Beth Peterson's going to have the chance here to lie 3. So Lindsay Dubé will try and make a hit and roll here for Team BC, and maybe want to try to see if you can get a blank here. very nice shot from Lindsay Dubé. Makes up for her first one with a perfect hit and roll behind this red stone.
Nose. Yep.
Very nice indeed. So McMillan lying one with the hammer here. So we get a look at some of the people enjoying the game from the ice side lounge.
Nose.
It's been a great setup here at the Nutana Curling Club for this event with the sheet side lounge and all the people watching the game upstairs that you can probably hear in the background of my microphone. There's been a lot of support here in Saskatoon for this one. So first stone here for Beth Peterson in the fourth.
No. 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 Whoa.
Looking to run her red back on the yellow. Trying to bring this over. Do they have it?
Touch it.
Just enough of the yellow. And the red one spins back in. Will this one stay around? It will. So
Good brush.
what was almost a miss ends up being pretty much the perfect shot for Beth Peterson.
Just what I wanted. Shoot. They big?
As those rocks are very far apart and not easily doubleable.
Oh, big as the room.
So if you're Kayla McMillan, you probably freeze here. Yeah, that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, maybe like. Oh. Stairs have gone crazy the other way. Take a good freeze. Like that just fighting, so it's nice back leg. Going this way? Okay. Yeah, careful early because I don't think this is gonna curl much.
So Kayla McMillan with her first, looking for a freeze. Trying to generate a deuce here.
Through. Are we to it? Okay, we're not at it. Straight draw.
This turn causing McMillan a little bit of problem here, as this is the same turn that Lindsay Dubé missed that hit on, and that one really stayed straight for quite a while before it curled towards those that Manitoba stone. Really perfect weight from Kayla McMillan. Freeze would have been on all day if the weight was there, but unfortunately it wasn't. So pretty simple job for Beth Peterson here. Just needs to make this yellow go away and lie two in the rings to force McMillan.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard. Right up. Clean. Hard. Yep.
And that's what Beth Peterson will do. So lying two, and Kayla McMillan will just need a piece of the 8 foot.
Oh yeah, they start the draw. Yeah, okay, I like it. Same line as the draw. Same line as the draw. Yeah, like 6 feet less. Yeah. I think if anything, this would be a hair slower, but still, yeah. Okay, I'll give it to you guys.
So final stone here for Kayla McMillan in the 4th. Just needs a piece of the 8 foot to get her one and send us to the 4th end break all tied. Loken and Dubé on it right out of the hand. Need to make sure they get it there. Needs a piece of the 8-foot. Is this even going to get to the house? It will not. So Kayla McMillan, only needing a piece of the 8-foot, comes short of the rings, and it's a steal of 2 for Beth Peterson. She's going to take a 4-1 lead into the 5th end. When we come back, you're watching the SGI Canada Best of the West.
Our roots might be simple, but our methods are far from it. Canadian dairy farmers proudly meet some of the most stringent standards in the world, including the 42 food safety requirements set by our national quality program. We do it by working hard and by ensuring that every cow is monitored every day so that we can bring you high quality milk. High Canadian standards. That's dairy farming forward.
Hi, I'm Mike Squires, and I invite you to come down to SMP and see why we're Saskatchewan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. We've been serving Saskatoon and surrounding areas for over 50 years. With over 400 new and used vehicles on the lot, SMP will have the vehicle you're looking for. We also have an amazing staff with hundreds of years of combined experience in sales, service, and collision repair to help you with all your automotive needs. Come visit us at 715 Circle Drive East or online at spchev.ca.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
So we are back, and bit of a unfortunate end to the 4th for Team BC and Kayla McMillan. She was looking like she was going to get her one, just had to make an open draw to the 8-foot and unfortunately missed the house. And so Beth Peterson with what appears to be a bit of a commanding lead here, 4-1. And it was one of those ends for McMillan. They were actually looking set up for 2 or 3, and then Lindsay Dubé missed a hit, and not only missed the hit, but peeled out one of their own stones. And so that was the domino that set the rest of the chain in motion, and they'll look to get 2 back here in the 5th. In the other semifinal, BC is also playing Manitoba. It's Corinne Brown against Mackenzie Zacharias. Brown scoring 1 in the 4th, so they are tied 2-2. Zacharias with the hammer playing 5. So Kat Dirksen going to attempt to chase this Sarah Lokenstone behind the corner guard.
Good, Laura. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And she
That's
will
fine.
get it. Pokes her own pokes her own
That's a
roke.
little big. Yeah, that's
You can
fine.
tell it's game number 3 of the day for me. Pokes her own rock out of the forefoot, but it is still Peterson lying 2 without hammer here. You do the hokey pokey and you poke your own roke, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, line's a little tight. That line. Hi then.
So Kalia McKenzie will attempt to follow her own teammate down here and
Hard.
maybe try to get a little bit more buried around that corner guard, but you don't want to click it.
Hard. Yep, 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 yep.
And the ice mic's picking up that click indeed. Unfortunately, it just rolls into the top 12. Wide open for
Whatever
Peterson.
turn you like, really. Whatever turn you see.
I'm thinking this one, yeah.
Feel
The jam in the back there?
no, you're hitting a corner. It's going over.
We're doing 9?
Yeah.
So Kat Dirksen will just look to rip this yellow out of play.
Oh, no, 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 no. No. Uh-oh. Laura, back it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay.
Sometimes I just love when the curlers are expressive and they say it all, and Beth Peterson couldn't have said it any better.
Wasn't us.
Uh-oh. Kat Dirksen, we'll see here, just floating that one a little bit, goes right by both of the top 2 and picks out her back red. So that's the sound of opportunity knocking here for Kayla McMillan, as they would love to get 2 here and get themselves back in the game.
Okay, line's good. Top 8. Hi then, line's good.
In the men's semis, Rylan Kleider picking up another single in his game against Karsten Sturmey, so it's 2-1 for Kleider. Very cagey game over there in comparison to the blowout that Karsten Sturmey handed to Braden Calvert earlier today. Sturmey has the hammer there, playing 5, as Kalia McKenzie making a fantastic draw around that corner guard. And now Beth Peterson has some thinking to do.
But yeah, I mean, even if you miss it this
I
way.
like the flash, but
What do you guys like?
should we go down?
Yeah, I like it thin. It's not easy.
I just don't know if the rim's helping us.
Well, they have to make a play, and then we're gonna have this open and a double.
Yeah.
That's if we rip. This is hard.
If I miss this, you got to move 6 at some point, right?
Yeah,
And then it should have can roll back.
she can always go here again.
Yeah.
Put a couple in. That's just my worry. They're going around
Okay.
again.
If you like
Anyways.
this better, let's do that.
I just think this is hard.
Yeah.
Do you want to try sending it or just rip?
I don't hate that. If I'm doing that, I kind of like the out.
Yeah, I agree. What do they like?
They like the flash, but
Okay. It looks tough to me, but you can try it. Just
like if I peel it out as a bat,
no, you just have to miss it the right. Like it just or dead if you do this.
yeah.
That's my only worry.
Okay.
I
don't
know
hate
we're
the
not
peel.
playing to miss it. I'm just saying you're dead if you do this.
Yeah.
I think this is the call.
Let's do that.
Make sure the rip.
That's some classic skip talk right there. Always an easy way to talk yourself out of shots when you say, well, we're dead if we do this. We're just simply dead if we do this. Maybe we'll do the other things, so we don't do that. So Laura Burtnick just going to try the run double here. Worst case scenario, they just peel off the guard. Won't quite peel it out, but at least it's moving the play over to the other side, but it does give the opportunity for McMillan to split the house here, and if they could get another one around this corner guard, that red is going to start to feel awfully lonely.
Because if you hit that, you have to that's open, and if you ever said that,
Yeah. I actually thought it was coming. I didn't think I was getting there.
So first stone for Lindsay Dubé.
Top 8. 4. High set. 4. High line. Hard.
Just need this one in the rings.
Hard.
Mackenzie and Loken all over it from the start. Can they get it by?
Gotta get it on. Go.
Need it on the rings. And just short. Really unfortunate there for Lindsay Dubé. Needed that one to count.
I thought that. 10. You've seen it lost, right? 10? Yep.
So a chance for Laura Burtnick now to make a hit and roll and lie 2. Can they get the roll? They do, but that's probably not the place they would have wanted to roll to, as this sets up a pretty easy double for Lindsay Dubé. The only thing here is that her shooter may not be on the rings if she makes this straight back, but they won't be too worried about that. Dubé makes no mistake and does get that little bit of the roll. So they are lying 2 RBC now, but should be a double back here for Beth Peterson. And they just drive it by. Unforced error there for Beth Peterson, and a chance now for Kayla McMillan to perhaps split and lie 3. Yes, every end of this game has really been back and forth. Some makes and some misses, and it's been really a ride every single end.
Coming this way. We got back 12. Yeah, back 8. Yeah, somewhere between there. I don't think we're ever going by. try to get that one right over. Having more separation, the better.
So Kayla McMillan will look for a split here. Doesn't need to move that yellow very much to get it. And will hopefully be lying 3 when this is all said and done. This is curling. This is curling. So they won't get the split, but they do tap it behind the corner guard. So not a terrible result. They lie 2 with the hammer.
Right? Yeah, so we're never going by it with that ice, but yeah. Yeah, I was like inside edge, kind of back.
So Beth Peterson will be looking for a double here. It's certainly there. You can see the angle.
Yeah, so we were never going by it with that ice, so.
So final stone for Beth Peterson here in the 5th end. Up 3 and looking to make a couple BC stones go away. And it will just slide over the top, and Kayla McMillan will have a chance to make a split for 3 here.
I like my throw a lot. I thought it would hold on center a bit longer. Good breath.
You can see there really close. Beth Peterson watching the TV screen to see just how close she got. So big opportunity here for Kayla McMillan. She can level this game at 4. The split's a little tougher than it was last time, but it's certainly there to be had.
Maybe an inch more? Yeah. Yeah.
The key here and with any split is you just have to make sure you at least get 2. You never want to overthrow it and go right by. So you just have to make sure you get 2 here, but obviously a great chance for 3. Final stone here for Kayla McMillan, looking to tie this game up. And this is going to be really close here. Lindsay Dubé trying to hold it. They've got 1. Do they have the second? They do. Fantastic shot from Kayla McMillan. You can put 3 points up on the board, and we've got a tie. Beth Peterson will have the hammer in the 6th when we come back. You're watching the SGI Canada Best of the West.
Might be simple, but our methods are far from it. Canadian dairy farmers proudly meet some of the most stringent standards in the world, including the 42 food safety requirements set by our national quality program. We do it by working hard and by ensuring that every cow is monitored every day so that we can bring you high quality milk. High Canadian standards. That's dairy farming for.
Welcome back. John Cullen with you here from the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Women's semifinal action, Kayla McMillan, Beth Peterson. I said last end that every end has kind of been its own little adventure back and forth, and that end was no exception. Looked like McMillan was going to get 2, then looked like Beth Peterson was maybe going to force them, then looked like McMillan might get 3, then looked like a force, and then in the end, Kayla McMillan with a dandy split on her last one to get that 3 and tie this game up at 4. And that's the nature of this event. These teams just so closely matched. It's been a heavyweight tilt, punches back and forth, and we're all tied up. And, you know, for Beth Peterson, obviously unfortunate to give up 3 in the 5th and give up that tie, but she'll be thrilled to have the hammer in the 6th and would love to get a couple on the board here. Speaking of teams coming back, Colton Lott has come all the way back on Tyler Tardy. They are now in the lead, 4-3. Another steal for them. So they started down 3-0, got 2, stole 1, and it's now Lott up by 1. Tardy with the hammer playing 5. And in doubles action, it's a story of 2 Alberta teams in control. The Alberta ladies up 4-0 over the BC ladies, and the Alberta men up 4-1 over the Saskatchewan men. Both of those are in the 5th end as well. So back to our feature game here. Sarah Loken having a fantastic game so far, really helping get the end set up for her team. Looking to draw around this center guard.
15-2. Hard finish, hard finish.
And nice shot there from Melissa Kurz, maybe going just a foot too deep, leaving some breathing room here for Kalia McKenzie. But that is maybe 8 feet underground, or as a mortician would say, overburied.
Yeah, really good throw.
I don't even know if like 6 feet is actually the standard grave depth or not. That's kind of what I was going for. I don't know if there's any morticians watching. Let me know. Tweet at me at Cullen on Curling.
T-line. Lots of room still.
So Kalia McKenzie trying to get to that overburied red stone here.
Still running.
And looks like she might just have a little too much weight here to catch that curl. And indeed she does. So Beth Peterson will continue to lie 1. And that's been the story of this ice all weekend long. It curls a lot, but the break point is late. So if you're a little bit heavy, you go through that break point and it just doesn't catch the curl and doesn't slow down in time. And that's what we saw happening there for McKenzie. Another score update for you over in the other ladies semifinal. Corinne Brown stealing 2 in the 5th. So BC 1 now leading Manitoba 1 4-2, but Mackenzie Zacharias will have the hammer here in the 6th. And that one following a similar path to the Mackenzie stone, and so it's Peterson lying 2, but it's a nice little pocket here if Kalia McKenzie can take just a few feet off of her first one. definitely looks like a little closer for weight.
All you, lock it on. Lock it on. Gotta be right to it. A little bounce is okay. Right to it, right to it. Gotta be to it. Hard, hard, hard.
And a great throw from Mackenzie. So now it is BC lying 1, and it's going to be very difficult for Beth Peterson to remove that. And so Kat Dirksen will make the peel, and Kayla McMillan will look to replace it.
Couple shots. Yeah.
Higher's better. Higher's better. Line's fine. Let it sit. Ollie, right to my broom. Roll line, roll line, roll, roll. Good. Nice one.
I guess you're never losing this, but
Like, I would love to kill this.
No,
because then it's one less shot to get
I know it's just you're dead if we're there.
One.
Or this red-yellow combo. I mean, the yellow ones are problem rock right now.
Like this?
No, those two.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get a center one. I could get the short one too.
Yeah.
If I,
Do you guys like the single or ripping kind of this? Okay. And if you miss it this way, look. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So there was some debate about maybe trying to draw into the pile. I just think if you're Beth Peterson, I don't know how that really helps you. Just allows Kayla McMillan to throw another guard on it, and you're still never getting rid of that yellow. So I think this is the right call. You get rid of both of these guards and maybe give yourself at least a chance to try to get in there.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Yeah. Tight. Good shot.
And great shot from Laura Burtnick, getting rid of both of the guards. So we'll see what Kayla McMillan decides to do here. Looks like she's just going to elect to replace the center guard. At some point, if you're McMillan, you might be able to come down into this pile and actually lie 2. But I like the guard here, delay the end by another shot.
Got a curl. Got a curl.
Coming down.
Can you finish it? Yep. Yeah, I got a cross cutter. Yep. Hard. Okay. Good enough.
A nice shot there from Lindsay Dubé.
Sit right there and just killed it.
yeah. Like this. Stop for hack. Sit right there.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Okay.
Do you guys like it? What weight do you see, Laura?
I think half.
So the Dubé rock just not quite curling enough. So it might give the opportunity here for Laura Burtnick to slash this yellow off the pile. If she hits it hard enough and in the right spot, it's possible to imagine that red will be shot when it's over. But not easy to do. Oh, they're not playing peel weight either, so obviously not trying to do that. This is really curling. So they're just trying to get to the nose of this. And they do, so good shot from Laura Burtnick, but that yellow still does not look like it's going anywhere for at least 2 shots.
Good. It was.
Yeah. This is gone.
That's gone. That comes this way. This way.
Yeah. Come either have an open hit or guard something.
I mean, it's, yeah, we want to start this side. It's probably better.
Yeah, I think like higher's better because I don't want to
Yeah.
come in and just have her blast.
Runner.
Yeah. Okay.
You think halfway? Yeah.
Just a little more than the draw.
So another steal for Colton Lott as they continue their onslaught. Up 5-3 now on Tyler Tardy. And a big steal for Rylan Kleider in the 5th end of their men's semifinal. So Kleider with a 3-1 lead over Karsten Sturmay. So McMillan just looking to get a guard up here. As I said, it's going to be 2 shots for Beth Peterson to get rid of that yellow, and she only has 2 shots left. So McMillan banking on the fact that she might miss one of them by throwing up this guard here. And that's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think so.
Both of the doubles games starting to get a little bit out of hand as well. Schmiemann and Rock up 6-0 on Fisher and Reese Hansen. And the Alberta boys, Hamilton and Van Amsterdam, up 5-1 on Springer and Wills of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, this should be straight A with Peel.
So Peterson going to try to run this yellow guard back and get rid of her own back red to free up that yellow. The one thing working in Peterson's favor is that if she does make this, there'll be some danger for McMillan of giving up a multiple. But this one is tight. Just right out of the hand. Peterson not quite getting out to the broom. I mean, I think if you're Kayla McMillan, you could throw this into the boards, and I don't quite know how Beth Peterson scores.
Can she get it out with this?
That would be the only way she could get it out, I think. Maybe. It's a lonely yellow, but it's a confident yellow.
This isn't doing her anything.
Pretty tough to get it out of there.
Guarding this, I don't think does anything. I think that's her only shot, but it's hard to like hit it. And, yeah. I don't know.
Caught it.
I think these both still go, right? So she'd stay there for 2.
I think the only way that goes is if she takes the 6 up.
This is what you call being spoiled for choice here. There's, as I say, I think if McMillan doesn't even throw this, it's very difficult for Beth Peterson to score. McMillan was worried that, you know, that maybe Peterson would be able to run in this red rock and pick her yellow off the button. That's the level of difficulty on that is extremely high. So I think she's just planning on coming down to this red one in the forefoot. I'm not in love with that either, because if you're ever a little bit heavy, that's the only way you maybe make a makeable shot here for Peterson. But
I like freezing.
If you do that, then if Peterson does make this angle run, the idea would be that you'd only cut Peterson. You'd cut Peterson down to 1. So.
Other than this, but I don't really know how to deal with that, so okay. I think just 60 more. It's also nice because I don't so just make the adjustment.
So final stone here for Kayla McMillan in the 6th, and she really doesn't even need to throw it. Only thing you can't be here is heavy.
Does it go anymore?
I think it goes easier now.
I'm never killing everything, right?
No. Okay. You're killing this and then.
You're killing what?
These two. My butt.
I don't know if you're killing the 3.
No, not the 3. These two.
Yeah.
So here's what they're looking at. I'll draw it for you. It's just the trying to hit the angle on the red here, come all the way in, skinny this yellow out the side. Now you're almost certainly losing this red one. It's just whether or not you can save this red one and this red one to count 2. So we'll see if Peterson can make it. It's not easy, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah, 3rd to half.
Telestrator brought to you by SaskTel and CCAN and My Finger. So Kayla McMillan has been in control all end. Beth Peterson will have a chance to make a 5-star shot to score maybe 1 or 2 here, but it's not easy. Final stone. Unfortunately just floats it a little bit wide, and so that draw from Kalia McKenzie ends up being the counter. And Team BC with a big steal here in 6. They will take a 5-4 lead into the 7th. Beth Peterson will have the hammer when we come back right after this.
Our roots might be simple, but our methods are far from it. Canadian dairy farmers proudly meet some of the most stringent standards in the world, including the 42 food safety requirements set by our national quality program. We do it by working hard and by ensuring that every cow is monitored every day so that we can bring you high quality milk. High Canadian standards. That's dairy farming forward.
So let's take a look at the SGI Canada and Sask Milk shot of the game. Kayla McMillan down 3, looking for 3, and she finds it with this fantastic split. throwing perfect back 4 weight. The sweepers managing to get that second rock on the rings, and that's really set up this comeback. McMillan leading 5-4 as we head into the 7th end. And it was a dominant first half of the game for Beth Peterson, but as you can see by the scoreboard, Kayla McMillan really coming into her own here in the second half, and it should be a great finish. Over in the other ladies semifinal, Corinne Brown stealing another point off of Mackenzie Zacharias. So it's Brown leading by 3, 5-2. Zacharias has the hammer. They're playing the 7th. And in men's doubles play, the Saskatchewan boys, Wills and Springer, getting back into things with a big 3 in the 6th. So it's Alberta leading by 1. They have the hammer. They're playing 7.
Okay.
Sarah Loken will look to get around the center guards here. So we've had this situation actually on the broadcast quite a bit this week, but with Peterson down 1 and with the hammer, she'd be happy, just as happy with a blank here as she would be getting 2. Obviously, if you can get 3 or more, that's a great situation if you're Peterson, but you just don't want to get 1 if you're Peterson. That's the only situation you're trying to avoid. Well, I mean, you're also trying to avoid giving up a steal of 2 or 3 or something like that, but as far as scoring goes, if you can get a blank, that's great. If you can get 2 or more, that's great, and that's what Peterson will be trying to do here.
That was me. Great throw.
As Melissa Kurz just misses that run back.
Sorry.
I still want to leave this side open though. Yeah. We gotta go this way.
Yeah. Okay. Little less than my draw. Copy.
Okay, line's good. Hard then. Top 12. Really hard. Over. Oh, they just let it stop. Sit. Okay. That's fine.
So Kalia McKenzie's guard just over curling, which will give Beth Peterson a chance to double them off. Might even be able to get the one in the house too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you have like a couple rocks down the spot then?
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Yep. Hard. Good shot.
Great shot from Kat Dirksen. Just about got all 3, but got that yellow one off the forefoot. So fantastic shot. As I said, Peterson would love to blank here, and that's a positive step in that direction. Really lovely shot from Dirksen.
Don't really like the guard, but yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I like it.
You think they're gonna walk the flag?
So they're going to talk about it. It seemed like Kayla was maybe thinking about just surrendering the blank and peeling the corner guard, which I admit I was a little perplexed by. So we'll see what they talk about here. I certainly like this better. You'd want to be forcing Peterson here. I don't think I would just hand them the blank. If you split the house and they end up getting the blank at some point by making a double, then okay, fine, but I wouldn't be conceding it this early. So good team talk, and they're gonna split the house here. And we have our first final. Kelsey Rock and Danielle Schmiemann into the doubles final. 8-0 winners over Team BC, Sierra Fisher and Taylor Reese-Hansen. So they will be the ladies' representative in the final. We'll see who the men's representative ends up being. That game is still underway. That doubles final goes tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will be here tomorrow with you for all the action as we head into playoff Sunday here at the Best of the West.
Keep it moving hard, 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 hard. Keep going, fully in, fully in. Go, 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 go. 15-8.
We'll have the doubles final for you at 9 a.m., the women's final at noon, and then the men's final at 4:30 p.m. All the coverage will again be on Curling Canada and Curling Zone's YouTube. As Kalia McKenzie makes the shot to lie 2, but chance here maybe for a double for Kat Dirksen. Just doesn't quite make the double, but does hang that red one on the ring, so that'll force McMillan to chase it.
10.
Yeah, don't run nice.
Clean. Pose. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Clean. 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 Yep. 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 Hard. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Roll. Big roll. Big roll. Okay. That's fine.
So, unfortunately for Lindsay Dubé, rolls into a position where the double is pretty easy.
Can I make the roll? Make the double first, and hopefully we get the roll. Come on. Yeah. Oh, no.
Big whoa call right out of the hand.
Timeless. Curl.
Will it get enough of it? It will not. So that was a missed opportunity there for Laura Burtnick. That was not a challenging double. And so now the force potentially back on here for Team BC.
T for T. Still running. Still running. Still running. 14-9. Low.
And Lindsay Dubé makes no mistake. And there's not an easy double there either, so if you're Laura Burtnick, you're just trying to get near to that yellow stone, see if you can try to group them and make a double later. Got some men's score updates for you here. Rylan Kleider stealing another point. Playing at his hometown club and playing fantastic as Kleider, the only undefeated team in the men's field. Now up 4-1 on Karsten Sturmay with 2 ends to play. And Tyler Tardy finally getting back on the board after his opening end 3. He's now tied with Colton Lott 5-5. Lott with the hammer, they're playing 7 as Laura Burtnick makes a very nice shot there.
Yeah, we hit that. That's pretty tough to hit.
The problem is Burtnick's rock, I believe, rolled just a smidge too far, so BC is shot. But really nice shot nonetheless, grouping those stones.
I think so. Like on the A? On the B, eh? The second one, I was like, okay, no more than that. Okay. Not me. Be fully in these, but
So for Kayla McMillan, just needs to lie 2 somewhere in the house. Ideally, you don't set up the double, because if you do set up the double here, it might leave Peterson lying 2. Although you'd probably have the double back if you're McMillan in that case. But even still, want to lie 2 here. Forcing Peterson to 1 is the ideal scenario for the BC rink. And they just drag it far enough to lie 2. So nice sweeping from Dubé and Loken.
Trevor just knows. I don't know what that does. I'm just worried if you can make this for 2. Yeah, but we know if she comes here and I don't have it. She'll draw? Oh, yeah. I think. I think we try and entice her into it. 10? Yeah. I think we roll in front, eh? 10?
10.
So Beth Peterson looking to try and make the thin double here. They talked about maybe nosing it, but we're worried that McMillan would just bury a rock around it.
Yeah,
But they might end up getting the nose of it anyway.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
And indeed they do. A little off nose even. So BC still sitting 1. Kayla McMillan could try to draw around this one. Just, again, you just have to make sure you're lying 2 here.
I thought it would hang over on this side of it, so it must
For
have
the
been.
double for 3.
Wow. Play that. That's the save up. Even if you're not second, like you're here.
Yeah.
She has to get that out and save
So,
too.
yeah.
I don't mind the hit.
Yeah, I think that's the smart.
Yeah.
Even if you roll like,
Yeah, just across center.
so,
I like that.
11?
I like 11. I think they're running a bit.
Yeah. That?
So electing to hit here, which
Right in front of it.
I like that call as well. If you miss the draw, then Peterson has a very easy shot for 2 and maybe a shot for 3. With this, if you make the hit, even if you don't make the roll, it's still a pretty difficult shot for Peterson to get 2. So I like this call. You never want to bring 3 into play. You certainly don't want to bring 2 into play if you can help it. So Good call here from McMillan. In the other ladies semifinal, quick score update. Mackenzie Zacharias can only manage 1 in the 7th. So it'll be Corinne Brown up 2 with the hammer coming home.
Okay, yeah. I think I've only really heard.
Of course, the winner of that game will advance to play the winner of this game in the ladies final tomorrow at noon. So final stone here for Kayla McMillan in the 7th. Looking to make this Peterson stone go away. And if they can roll the second shot, all the better. And they will roll, but not to second shot. So Peterson will have a chance here for 2. Not easy. She's got to play a heavy draw tap.
Oh, there's space. I have to move like that much, though.
His back rings. That's well. Just not sure about the ice. Because I threw that draw. It was the first end.
It's just on this, yeah, it's pretty much touch line. We just have to touch it. 14 to it? 14
So big shot here for Beth Peterson. Facing one BC counter, needs a draw tap to score the pair. Final stone. Sweepers on it right away. This looks very close. Can they hold it? Dirksen and Kurz trying to hold it. Can they do it? Really good shot from Beth Peterson. Absolutely fantastic. So missing that roll for Kayla McMillan proves costly. Beth Peterson gets 2, but McMillan will have the hammer down 1 when we come back. You'll be watching the 8th end of this women's semifinal at the SGI Canada Best of the West.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
So this has been a back and forth affair all night, and Beth Peterson and Kayla McMillan both have made their fair share of excellent shots. Beth Peterson with the latest, just a phenomenal shot to finish off that 7th end. Precise weight, hit the angle perfectly, and made the draw tap for 2, so that sets up this final end. Beth Peterson up by 1. Kayla McMillan will have the hammer. And we'll see if McMillan can generate the winning 2. Speaking of last ends, the men's doubles now all tied up. Springer and Wills were down 4 going into the 6th. Got 3 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th to tie it up. So it's Alberta, Hamilton, and Van Amsterdam with the hammer, but they are all tied. We'll keep you posted on all the other scores as we can as this goes along. Sarah Loken making the excellent corner guard there.
Just tight. Really tight. Just tight. We're a little tight line. A little hot.
And Melissa Kurz will just look to cap the nice stone she threw on her first one.
Curling big now. We're okay. If you can you go a bit? Yep. Yeah. Curl, curl, curl. Yep.
shot from Melissa Kurz. So we've seen this movie before, particularly in this end. Kurz and Loken have both been having excellent games, and it's looked very familiar a lot of these ends. Melissa Kurz gets her first one in the forefoot. Sarah throws a corner. Melissa throws a capper. And then Sarah comes around the corner. We'll see if she can make it once again here. That's an unfortunate miss there for Sarah Loken. Just look maybe a little lighter. Sweepers maybe didn't pick up on that early enough, and that over curled. So it's Beth Peterson lying one without the hammer here and a few guards out front. Need to get this one over the hog line. Kat Dirksen just looking to put another guard on this center counter, and she will. So great sweeping effort from Kurz and Burtnick to get it over the hog line. And Kalia McKenzie going to try to make a run here. So a little bit of discussion about where they want the shooter to end up after, but Kalia McKenzie with a big shot here. Would love to get this run back. And just clips it, but unfortunately doesn't move it out of the house. So it's still Peterson lying one without hammer. So trying to come around here was Kat Dirksen, and didn't quite make the come around, but made the little chip off and guarded the hole. Will be an opportunity though for Kalia McKenzie to make the double.
Oh shit, excuse the time. I don't know what it was.
In the men's semi, it's Karsten Sturmay getting 2 back. So it's a 4-3 lead for Rylan Kleider with the hammer, heading into the 8th. Kalia McKenzie on our feature sheet trying to make the double. And once again, just missing. So it continues to be Beth Peterson in control here.
Yeah, around the same. I meant to roll in, and there's. Okay. Thought it might roll in at that second point there.
So Laura Burtnick once again looking to just bury this one behind the center guard, just in the top 8 foot. This is starting to come down. And really good shot there from Laura Burtnick. Going to be hard for McMillan to get rid of both of those, but like this call from Kayla, you make this hit roll underneath the corner guards. Give yourself a chance to maybe make that point count later on in the end. Would love to keep this in the rings if you can.
10.5.
Unfortunately, just maybe a little too much weight from Lindsay Dubé, and it's still the same situation here for Beth Peterson, lying one without hammer.
Hot curling at all.
Same spot. I liked it.
So Laura Burtnick would love to replace that stone, maybe curl even a little more if you could. It'd be perfect. This is a little bit of a wider path here. Kat Dirksen trying to bring it over.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, Kat, go, go, go. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
And that will end up in almost the same spot, although there might be a double here for Lindsay Dubé. And over in the men's semi, Colton Lott making an open hit for 3. And so he will take a commanding 8-5 lead into the final end against Tyler Tardy. Winner of that will advance to the men's final tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. So big shot here for Lindsay Dubé, a chance to actually get this Peterson stone off of the 4-foot. Would love to at least stick in the rings. And it will slow down in time, so not a horrible result there for Kayla McMillan. And so decision time here for Beth Peterson.
No, I don't like that. You gotta do something. You just want to give them the double. Or to have a third one in. Like, do we just go here? Yeah, because then the nut is not in, right? Yeah. Right there, I think. I mean, this is great too. Just we gotta be.
You gotta be there though.
Yeah. Like that last spot wasn't ideal. Runs, and I always have this. I mean, we know the spot for the draw really well, but. Yeah, and And if you're coming there, go there, like right on the G. Okay, so
Yeah, if we're tight, we just need to be second shot then, right?
So a bit of a discussion there between the Peterson rink, just deciding the best way to attack this. The reality is that Kayla McMillan is almost always going to have a shot for the tie. So it's just how you maybe best get to that situation if you're Beth Peterson. You certainly don't want to allow them to get that stone in the 12-foot to count at any point. So
speed's real nice here.
Electing to do the same shot that she gave Laura Burtnick and Kat Dirksen before her, just top 8, sort of Christmas tree around here. So first stone here for Beth Peterson in the 8th.
You gotta try. You gotta try.
You do not want to not guard this somehow.
Whoa, sit. That's good.
And I think it stops just in time. Kayla McMillan might have a way to get here.
Where was that? Back house?
Just a little bit heavy from Beth Peterson, and I think Kayla McMillan will have a chance at getting it.
I think so. Yeah. So straight.
We have a final in the other ladies semi. Corinne Brown victorious over Mackenzie Zacharias. Final score there 6-3. So Corinne Brown will be in the ladies final tomorrow, and we'll see if Kayla McMillan can make it an all BC affair, or if Beth Peterson can avenge the Manitoba loss in the semi and give their province a chance to be best in the West. And over in the men's doubles, Springer and Wills, what a comeback. They were down 5-1 playing the 6th end, got 3, stole 1, and that's a 6-5 victory for the Saskatchewan team. And so they will move on to play Kelsey Rock and Danielle Schmiemann in the doubles final tomorrow, as Kayla McMillan looks for a run back double here, and she is very close. Just doesn't quite curl enough, and so it is still, after all this time, Beth Peterson lying 1.
So, edge is what we were giving. Yeah, just edging here, yeah. Is there touch more, do you think? It took just a touch more ice.
So for Peterson now, no point in coming into the house. You never want to give Kayla McMillan a chance to make a double and stick for the win. So just going to throw the guard here, and then McMillan will almost certainly have to throw the draw. So just have to make sure you guard this rock well.
Line's good.
Looks a little heavy. Looks a little heavy. So a little bit heavy, but I don't think that Kayla McMillan can get both of them going. You can good look at it there. You'd only be able to see about half of it from the hack, so it'd be a pretty tough double. Just a reminder, our next live coverage will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The doubles final, the women's doubles winners Alberta against the men's doubles winners Saskatchewan. We'll be back on the Curling Canada and Curling Zone YouTube pages.
Back it up.
And so Kayla McMillan, this is an all or nothing shot here. trying for the double. If she makes it, she will score 2 and get the win. If she doesn't, it'll be Beth Peterson moving on to the ladies final tomorrow. Tough shot here for McMillan. Not a lot of room behind by that center guard. So final stone, Kayla McMillan, British Columbia, game on the line. This is close. And it just broke on them, and she will rack on the top guard. So a really good try from Kayla McMillan, but a very well played 8th end by Beth Peterson. She will end up stealing 2, and the final score will be 8-5. So Beth Peterson will move on to the ladies final to play Corinne Brown tomorrow. And we will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. with more coverage from Saskatoon. For everyone here, I've been John Cullen. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.